guys, welcome back to my channel. Sandra here, and today we're going to talk about my 5 must-have books of 2018, or a part 1 of the books that I seriously recommend for any female, boys, if you want to read it, go for it. But it really changed kind of my perspective and how I see things, and I love reading as it is. I have I'm just looking at it, a stack, 5 rows of books, just there, and they're all fiction. But I started reading non-fiction, and I would say late 2017. So I haven't read that many. I tried to read 1, maybe 2 a month. I listened to some of them as well, but that will come in. So if you guys want to see a part 2 of audiobooks, I can do that as well, as there are some books that I don't have in a physical form simply because I have listened to them. Okay. One on top that I have, so that's the book that I read a while back. It's Women Who Think Too Much. The book talks about how we tend to go to the worst case scenario, what happens when we overthink, and how almost kind of how to fix it. So it has little exercises for you as well, kind of how to deal with it. So each chapter is kind of summarized at the end, which I really liked because you read the whole thing. I didn't highlight anything in that book, but then at the end it kind of broke down everything that you talked about, so you kind of could refresh your memory. B, my top favorite book from 2018. Guys, it is by Shannon Kaiser, which I follow on social media everywhere. It's Adventure for Your Souls, and I've been kind of putting it off. I was like, oh yeah, I'll get it. And then when I finally got it, I was like, bitch, I need it. And I think I got an audiobook the first time, or might have had on Kindle. So as you can see, a lot of mine, I highlighted things, because then I'll write it down, for example, in my journal, and then I can kind of reflect on what I've read, what it means to me, confront the habits that are holding you back in a breakthrough's guide that provides you tools and needs to furiously embrace your innermost desires of life. It's absolutely, it's amazing. It has almost everything that you could ask for. It has self-love. It has kind of a no bullshit guide. So I loved it. It was great. It was such an easy read, and I'm most likely going to put it on my TBR again this year. The Goddess Revolution. So Mel Wells, I've read this book. I started it a while back. I mean, I've had this on my bookshelf for forever because I bought it because I really like the cover. Someone mentioned it. I was like, yeah, I'll get it. So she talks about dieting food and how people struggle with it, and kind of explains her story and how people perceive dieting in a really bad way, and how to actually change your mindset around eating. So as a personal trainer, I thought it was a good read to recommend to my clients, but I was like, I can't recommend it to a client if I don't read it myself first. So I actually did give this book to a really good friend of mine, and she was like, Cass, it was amazing. I loved it. So I was like, okay, I'll give it another go. So I reread the book, the whole book, because I started with maybe 50 pages. And then I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That was great for someone who, if you struggle with maybe not an eating disorder, because at this point, if you have an eating disorder, it'd probably be best to speak to a professional. But if you've been yo-yo dieting, you've hate yourself for having that burger, or then you go and you binge, or you very limit yourself with what you're going to eat, and you have really bad relationship with food, that book would be great for you. So Elizabeth Gilbert, okay, absolutely love Big Magic. It's not as much of spirituality and law of attraction and self-love as a lot of the books that I read are. It kind of puts creativity on this, sometimes we do something that is our hobby, and then we just expect it to make money for us. We take the fun away. So it talks about artists and songwriters, and it talks about how people expect that something that used to be your creative outlet, you rely on it. I feel it would be great for people that are creative to give them a book like that. But also, if you just want to, maybe there's something that you've wanted to do for a long time, it might have been starting a blog, or starting a little store, or whatever it may be, and you just need that little kick in your butt, that would be great to give it a go. Gala Darling. Guys, you need to go and follow her on Instagram because her posts are amazing. The whole theme, love it. The aesthetics are fantastic. Love that the book was pink. I think Marissa Lace recommended this book a hot minute ago. I mean a while back. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll get it at some point. And as you can see again, your girl highlighted quite a bit. Body love, what should we do together? Then we talk about best friends forever, so it has little pictures. I'm moving around. Self-love from every aspect. It talks about manifesting 101. It talks about everything. It's a great book, really quick read, to be honest. I had to like go back, so I'll read a few chapters and then go back like one or two just to reread things. But it was great if you have a best friend and maybe she's been down, maybe she's been through something, or you know, she's just a bad bitch and you want to give her a gift. Definitely highly recommend. I feel like if you have a group of ladies that you are friends with, you guys need to read this book, and gives you something to talk about. You can share ideas. Absolutely love those. So that'll be it for today. Those are my top 5 books, or like a part 1. I don't think they're my top ones. They're just like a part 1, all about women and women empowerment and how we need to deal with ourselves before we can have any other relationships. It kind of puts like the groundwork for everything else. So been loving those. If you guys want to see a part 2, which I could literally do right now, let me know what are your favorite books, and then I'm finishing. Now is your chance, and I really want to do a book review because it's been a fantastic book. So if you guys want to see like one book at the time review, let me know, especially if we pick books like on my Facebook, which is linked down below. I'll be posting like a monthly book, like monthly read, so all my ladies can be into it. We can all read it, and then we can maybe do a live and talk about it, or just I'll do a review and you guys can comment down below what you think. So let me know what books you've been reading, what are your like must-haves, would recommend to a best friend. And until the next time, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you. Bye.